Have you ever thought about such game mechanic as difficulty? At first glance, what's so special about it? Peacefully, easy, normal, and hard. Just that. But for many years, I think you could already guess, since we talk about Minecraft, then in this game everything is far from as simple as you think. Today I wanted to tell you about what is the choice of difficulty and the fact that there are not 4 but 5 in the game. The last one trying to be unpredictable. Hi, Minecraft Builder is here, and today we begin to discover Minecraft in a new way. Let us simulate the effect of how you start a new game in Minecraft. Launch the Minecraft, press the single player button, create a new world, and most of us at this point does not bother, only change the name and the game mode, and begin their journey of the real Minecrafter. I will agree, not everyone needs to enter specific seed and adjust all the rest. You can change the difficulty directly in the game. By the way, I often heard the term "I played on difficulty hardcore." Difficulty levels like hardcore in Minecraft at this moment does not exist. Hardcore is the game mode, in which the dreadful is the hard level of difficulty. In this mode does not appear some hidden super difficulty. The hardcore thing is that you have only just one chance. Death is the end of the game. I hope we close this question once and for all. What do you think, and how do difficulty levels differ? Expect that mobs hit you harder. In other words, the fact that increased damage. There are mass of the things that you can get by changing your difficulty to the last level. Let's start with the peaceful. At this level of difficulty you will not meet any hostile mob, only neutral, shulker, hoglin, piglin and dragon. By the way, he can even cause you damage. All mobs which you can call by command or with spawners will be lost. The same thing works if you switch from any other difficulty to the peaceful. Your house will be regenerated in just a few seconds, but you can still die, for example, falling from the large height. Hunger is also not be wasted, and you will not be able to eat something. In addition to the fruit of the horse and golden apple, you can still drink milk and bottle of honey, if of course you will be needed. Easy difficulty. On this difficulty mobs begin to spawn but cause very little damage. Hunger begin to be spent, exhaustion turns on. It will begin to cause damage but cannot kill you, and leave exactly 5 hearts of life. Zombie cannot break wooden doors and turn villagers into zombie villagers. Cave spiders and bees cannot poison a player, and the wither will not be able to affect on you, but the wither skeleton could. But lightning during the thunderstorm will set on fire only that block into which she struck. Normal difficulty. As for me, the most standard difficulty on which most people play Minecraft. Mobs get stronger, deal standard damage, but hunger still cannot kill you. It will continue to be wasted and will kill the character until you have only half of the heart left. Zombie again will not be able to break the wooden doors, but villagers who will be killed by zombie have the chance of 50% turn into zombie villagers. Hard difficulty. Mobs become very powerful and deal increased damage to the player. Now hunger can safely be spent to the end, and exhaustions can completely kill you. Zombie can break down the wooden doors, and villager attacked by zombie will with 100% chance of becoming a zombie villagers. Spiders can also appear with one of the 4 effects: speed, power, regeneration and invisibility. By the way, they are endless. Oh, I almost forgot, with the chance of the up to 10% of this difficulty level, a zombie can summon reinforcements and spawn more zombies. There's another game mechanic I specifically keep silent about here. During the thunderstorm lightning strike may appear horse traps. It will happen only on easy, normal and hard level of difficulties. Each level has its own changes of this trap. Of course, it appears in the most random places. Otherwise, there will be no need to spend the pressure plate or something like that. Depending on the difficulty level, skeletons will have different spells on their armor and bows. The higher difficulty, the better the enchantments. Basically, only one skeleton will spawn and calls with him 3 more guys. Of course, they are rats, not skeletons. I also thought that the siege of zombies has some percentage appearance on the certain difficulty, but as it turned out, it all depends on the number of the beds and the villagers themselves. The difficulty level only affects whether zombies break down the door and turn villager into zombie villagers, so write down it is not worth it. Well, now I gradually brought you to the topic of today's video. Well, yes, after almost the half of the video. The video is intended for everyone, but beginners don't know that. So do not hate. I understand that you are pro gamers. So what exactly is the local regional difficulty? Where can I find here? Finding is pretty simple. It is located here in the debugging screen. This is the difficulty that gradually increasing. It is influenced by a lot of the factors, but even more factors dependent personally on this difficulty. Find it somewhere in the settings, for example. Somehow set value will not help, a specific command does not work. Local difficulty increased on how long the player spends time in the specific area. That means the longer you stay in the one chunk, the higher difficulty. By dreadful, as soon as enter the world, this value equals 0. And with each game day, this value will become bigger. Another factor that affects on this value, phase of the moon. Yes, the moon phase also affect appearance of slugs in spawn biome. The fuller the moon, the greater effects it has. The moon does not have to be on the sky. That means it doesn't matter whether it will be night or day. The moon is in the sky even in the daytime, and it doesn't matter what dimension are you in right now. If it is new moon, then it's no issue. Young or old, it's 25%. The first or the last quarter is 50%. Arriving or decreasing is 75%. The full moon gives maximum effect 100%. For each chunk, the time during which the player has this chunk loaded, it increases with every tick. This value is cumulative. That means 50 players spent 1 hour on one chunk. The value will be the same as if one player spent 50 hours there. But this indicator has limit of 50 hours. Total time you spend in the world also affects on local difficulty. It starts to count after 3 days spent in the game, and it is after the first hour of the game in the real world. And lose its effect after 63 gaming day, which is approximately equal 21 hours of the real time. Also affect the difficulty indicator in the game itself. On easy level it ranges from 0.75 to 1.5. On normal from 1.5 to 4 point exactly. On the hard level from 2.25 to 6.75. There is almost another indicator, literally squeezed regional difficulty. This is second indicator, which is located after slash. This value range from 0 to 1 and affect the difficulty of the gameplay itself. Other words, on easy difficulty the value is 0 and has no effect. At normal difficulty level, local difficulty will reach maximum after 21 hours playing in the same area on the full moon. And at difficult level, the maximum value will be reached after 21 hours of playing the full moon in the chunk on which they lived 4 hours and 10 minutes, and will remain at maximum in chunk on which they lived 16 hours and 40 minutes. And now, when I said about the local difficulty, everything seems to be clear. What factors influence on this indicator? But now, what does it affect? There is just a whole huge list of the everything you can take a look by yourself. Link is in the description. But I will tell you probably only about the most interesting. For example, mobs can spawn in armor. Mobs with weapons and armor have the chance to improve enchantment on this weapon. Zombies will become the zombie leader, receive the health bonus, greater chance of the call of the help, and the ability to break the doors. Zombies chase the player and greater distance. Lightning can spawn the Bone Rider. If the mob spawner with armor, it may appear another piece of the armor. Skeletons and zombies can pick up objects. Slugs spawn immediately large. Burning zombies can set fire on the target, and the duration of the burning will become more and more. Zombies are more likely to break wooden doors, so say developers themselves, but as you all understand, it depends on the total difficulty. Another funny fact that it affects the appearance of the phantoms. The higher, the most phantoms can spawn in the chunk. The duration of the effects of the hunger after the attack of the cadaver becomes a lot more. A skeleton can shoot you not ordinary arrow but set on fire. Mobs can spawn with equipment that enchant to higher levels. Well, spiders appear with some kind of the effect. This also depends on the local difficulty. The higher it is, the greater the chance of they will appear. Well, the standard value is 10%. This list can be continued for far long. There is still a very large list of what affects usual ordinary difficulty. And so, reading this information, I really was in shock. There are such things in the game that you can't say that they are affected by the level of the difficulty. For example, poison from the cave spider at high difficulty level differ from the normal, not only damage power, but also duration of the same effect. 10 seconds on normal versus 18 seconds on hard. But the bees they are poisoned deals the same damage on normal and hard level. But duration is different, 7 seconds on normal and 15 on hard. The same goes for TNT explosion in the game. The higher the difficulty, the stronger the explosion. And how long the fire burns also depends on the total difficulty. At the high level it burns longer. Well, by the way, the last change in difficulty level in the game was on September 29, 2011. Then the hardcore game mode was added. From the moment, nothing has changed. So guys, smash like, subscribe to channel, and as always, play and build in Minecraft.